One question I am frequently asked by people who are trying to be serious Dharma practitioners and who are trying to apply the Bodhisattva ideals into every facet of their life is, what do we do when a toxic person or someone who we know is so negative that it saps our energy? It seems to drain us. And you can look on social media and Facebook memes and so on and see people saying that they encouraging us to cut off toxic people and focus on ourselves. And that's precisely what we need to do. However, we need to not accompany that cutoff with judgment. We should still see the person as a perfectly pure sentient being at their core. And it is the thoughts and emotions of that individual with which we have contention. So when somebody is draining our energy with their negativity, we need to be cognizant that their way of piecing things together, their own self-grasping or their own truth-grasping, these two facets of ignorance, are causing them to make the decisions that they make, and they're hurting themselves and they're hurting others. So the fifth verse of the 37 practices of the Bodhisattva says, when friendships with someone causes our negativities to increase and degrades the activities of listening, meditating, and contemplating, and destroys our loving kindness and compassion, to abandon such a friendship is a practice of a bodhisattva. So this, to me, is very, very sticky because, also the tantric vows, one of the tantric vows states to not maintain friendships with negative people. It's sticky because what happens when we make that discernment, even if it's not a judgment of the person, when we discern that this person is too negative, we tend to throw it all away. And I think that by doing that, we have taken away one positive channel that individual has. And maybe start by creating a little bit of space and a little bit of distance that generally that person starts to want more and realizes the risk of losing you. But when it comes down to it, if your own practice is degrading, if your own, like I said, your activities of listening, contemplating, and meditating are degrading, and you're losing your compassion and loving kindness, then you absolutely must love them from a distance, I always say. Have compassion for them from a distance. But recognize it's their ignorance that is fueling their negative activities and their negative behaviors. And it's still, if the right information could be brought to them and they have that aha and realize the damage that they're doing, it could help them. One of the Bodhisattva vows also says that we are to accept apologies whenever they are sincerely given. It is not a downfall of that vow to not accept their apology if it is intended to teach them a valuable lesson that would free them from their creation of negative karma. So this verse here is very, I say it's sticky because, there is that selfishness of those memes that say, I'm just going to do me. I'm just going to do me. Well, that's really what we're all doing. We're all just doing ourselves. We're doing me, but we're not doing it in that way it's being spoken. It feels like it's cutting everybody off. And that's the problem. When you are rushing towards more selfishness rather than saying this person is taking too much from me and I need to be able to give to others as well as myself, and especially myself. Because in order to get to Buddhahood, we have to purify our own mind first. We have to take care of our own negative imprints on our consciousness. We need to know what we ourselves have to abandon and have to adopt so that we can help others. It's kind of like being the guinea pig yourself. And then once you have achieved so much, you're able to share and guide. With people who just are absolutely not going to listen, don't judge them. Recognize that the ignorance is too strong in them, and have loving kindness and compassion for them anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and read this 5th verse one more time, but I'm going to read it instead of trying to remember it. When friendship with someone causes the 3 poisons to increase, degrades the activities of listening, reflecting, and meditating, and destroys loving kindness and compassion, to give up such a friendship is a practice of a bodhisattva. And I hope that as you reflect on this, you can apply it to your life and progress.